Whenever a woman tells me like about her boyfriend or husband and she's like, he's just not that romantic. Like he's not compliment me a whole lot. Hear me out. It's not hard to compliment your wife. No, like it's not hard at all. Unless it's like the least difficult thing you could do that can save your relationship. Or when someone's like, oh, he hasn't got me a Mother's Day present in years, or an anniversary present, or a Valentine's Day gift. Oh my gosh. It's literally so easy to order something off of Amazon, to do a pickup order. It is not difficult to remember a few dates. Here's the thing, men are fully capable of remembering those things. Oh.
You know, guys, it's crazy to me how we have so many videos of modern women getting online saying that men don't compliment them enough, or men don't buy them enough gifts, or we don't remember particular dates. I'm just surprised that the men are putting in any effort with these women at all. I think that most dudes have completely opted out of dating, particularly women like this. They are just not interested. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and on today's episode we are going to be kicking it off with a clip from this woman right here, who I will pull up in a second, who is simply quite pissed off because men are not giving out compliments anymore. Now, she says that, hey, she's talking about women who are married and in long-term relationships. I don't buy this. I think she's pissed because she doesn't get compliments from men, and I think a lot of modern women are no longer reaping the benefits of men being around. You know, the compliments start to dry up, the validation starts to dry up, men aren't buying them as many gifts anymore, and of course it's a real problem. So let's jump in. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
Woman tells me like about her boyfriend or husband and she's like, he's just not that romantic. Like he's not compliment me a whole lot. Hear me out. It's not hard to compliment your wife. No, like it's not hard at all. Unless it's like the least difficult thing you could do that can save your relationship.
Just by the way, I've seen this a lot where like these women will say, hey, you have to compliment me or this relationship is over, right? Like, I need you to validate me. And here's the thing, guys. These women who make these sorts of ultimatums and they say, like, the relationship's not going to work out if she doesn't get compliments. I mean, it's already over anyway, man. By the time they start making these little bargains and ultimatums and saying that you have to validate them, like what is this? You know what I'm saying? Are you validating the dude? Typically women don't really validate men anyway, but you know, it's like if you, by the time these women are saying this nonsense, which by the way, again, a lot of the times they've been with these dudes for long periods of time, you know, like at a certain point, are you just with him because he doesn't validate you like the rest of guys? Because it certainly seems that way to me for a lot of modern women, man. They end up chasing the dudes who aren't out here giving them all of this free validation and free attention, and then they try and change that guy into giving them more free attention and validation that they might honestly not deserve, and then when he does that, she just ends up ditching him anyway.
Hard at all, unless it's like the least difficult thing you could do that can save your relationship. Or when someone's like, oh, he hasn't got me a Mother's Day present in years, or an anniversary present, or a Valentine's Day gift. Oh my gosh, it's literally so easy to order something off of Amazon, to do a pickup order.
Just by the way, I don't actually see women complaining about this. Again, I think dudes, they do go out here and they do these things for women. You know, the dudes who are in marriages and long-term relationships and stuff. I don't really see this being the case. I think, again, this woman is just pissed off because she's not receiving these things personally. You know, like, oh, I didn't get any gift for this, or I didn't receive a gift for that. Here's the thing, madam. Nobody cares, okay? Nobody gives a single damn that you don't receive gifts because of XYZ reason. You don't see men making these videos, just by the way, about how they're not receiving gifts and they deserve this, they deserve that. Men can get quite literally nothing or next to nothing, and a lot of them simply don't mind, you know, because they don't need you to go out there and get them gifts all of the time. That's, you know, men probably understand that what the hell, you know, the dude's not in a relationship to get things from you. He's not in a marriage to have you buy him things, right? But of course, they don't really understand that.
Literally be so easy to order something off of Amazon, to do a pickup order. It is not difficult to remember a few dates. Here's the thing, men are fully capable of remembering those things. Oh boy, do they know when the Super Bowl's coming up. They have that day ready. They're gonna miss church on Super Bowl Sunday. They're gonna have their snacks. They're gonna know who they're gonna be around that day. And this goes.
Yeah, see, this woman's losing her mind. Like, I'm not American. I don't know when this happens. This woman's like, oh, dudes can remember everything. Man, I have to put everything on a calendar, and I double check that bad boy like incredibly damn often. I don't even know who the hell this woman is, man. Dudes will remember this and they'll remember that. I can speak for myself here. I haven't got a fantastic memory, which is why I write things down. But, she's just ranting and raving. And here's the thing. If I was with this woman, first of all, I would never be with this woman. But I would not be interested in getting her things either. I wouldn't be interested in validating her. I don't want to do any of these things because she's an absolute headache. If you're going to request validation and gifts from men, probably the best thing you could do is not be a headache. And just excuse me, guys, that was my beeping from my low battery headset.
Boy, do they know when the Super Bowl's coming up. They have that day ready. They're gonna miss church on Super Bowl Sunday. They're gonna have their snacks. They're gonna know who they're gonna be around that day. And this goes for like whatever the sport is that they like to watch. Like, have you ever seen a man prepare for like a boxing fight? They'll be Googling, researching where they can watch it this weekend. I mean, men know how to plan. Have you ever seen men put together like their fantasy football team? The way that they will like fully have that date scheduled to pick their players.
Yeah, so the reason why, I see what this woman is trying to say. Men put in a lot of effort for the things that they care about, which I think is pretty damn accurate, which leads me on to the assertion here that probably men don't particularly give a damn about organizing things with you because they simply don't want to. I've said this many times about, dating and these women complaining all of the damn time, is that they don't actually give men an incentive to do these things. Right? Like, dudes would go out here and they would do these things for a reason. They thought it was worth it. They thought that you were a great catch. They thought that you were feminine and pleasant to be around. But like women like this, man, the ones who require you to validate them and get them gifts. Here's the thing. If you get them gifts, they're still a pain in your ass. You can go out there, you can buy her the best thing. She's still going to be unpleasant to be around. So, what the hell's the point? This is why dudes check out and don't give these women chivalrous behavior and do these sorts of romantic moves and stuff like this, is because oftentimes, number one, it's not appreciated despite what they say. And number two, it just really isn't worth it, man. Like it's simply not worth it.
Men know how to plan. Have you ever seen men put together like their fantasy football team? The way that they will like fully have that date scheduled to pick their players. I fully stand by, if he wanted to, he would. If he wanted to make sure you knew that you were cherished because he knows that he could lose you, he would do that. He just got comfortable. I know that this might rub some people the wrong way, but if my man didn't give me a birthday present, didn't plan something for Valentine's Day, give me something for Valentine's Day, didn't give me something for Mother's Day, I would throw a fit for like 2 years.
Yeah, and see, this is exactly why, by the way, dudes don't want to get you gifts in the first place. Is because you are one event away from just being a psychological disaster. Hell, we might even be at 0 events, to be honest with you. And I see what this woman is trying to say, guys, but again, these women are quite literally losing to football teams. That's how bad the situation is. We covered a video recently where some dude, what was he doing? I think he was going out golfing, and the woman was losing her mind over it. And I'm like, of course the guy wants to go golfing, because you're a headache. Of course the dudes are going to be more interested in sports or video games or whatever the hell it is, right? That doesn't always mean that you are indeed a headache. But what I'm saying is, in these situations with these women, it's like, of course they do. Because like, what the hell is the point of investing into this? This woman right here is like, you invest your mental health into this thing. You put a lot of effort into this thing. Oh, she'll just throw you out anyway, man. And have you noticed, by the way, how they always seem to chase the men who put in no effort? The dudes who would actually do these things for them, they typically don't even look that guy's way. because they don't care. Oh, you have to do all of these things to get a woman to like you. I mean, guys, how many times have we heard that crap? You have to validate a woman for her to like you. You have to get her gifts. You have to get her that. Now, I'm not saying that you can't do, you know, you've got a wife or something like that, or a long-term girlfriend. Hey, knock yourself out. But like the idea that dudes have to do this to get women to like them is absurd, especially seeing the types of, you know, people that these women chase on a daily basis. And you're trying to convince me that I have to get you gifts. Oh, hell no.
Give me something for Valentine's Day. Didn't give me something for Mother's Day. Oh, I would throw a fit for like 2 years. I don't care how long people have been married. I don't want to hear about it if you're gonna tell me your husband just isn't romantic. He doesn't ever plan a date night. Well, the truth is I don't like him. If you tell me that, in my mind I'm thinking, yeah, I don't like your man because he should.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but good thing he's not your man then. And there's probably a reason why he's not your man. He probably wouldn't be interested in you either. It's so crazy how this woman thinks anybody cares and that it's like, you know, this dude's issue. Oh, I don't like him. Okay, you don't have to like him. You're not married to him. Like, you're not married to this guy. What the hell's the point? Of course it doesn't matter.
Truth is effort is attractive. And when a man doesn't put in effort, it's like, oh, you're kind of unattractive.
See, this is what I'm talking about, man. Effort is attractive. You know, if you want to be attractive to a woman, guys, you need to put in all of this effort. For people who still believe this, by the way, guys, go out there and watch like videos of dudes doing dating app experiments with attractive profiles. Then come back and tell me if the men really have to be putting in effort. Because what happens is when women are attracted to a guy, they will put in the effort. You know, it's not that damn difficult. Everything will happen so damn smoothly. In fact, a lot of the times the women will, you know, pursue the man a little bit. Like but these girls are like, yeah, in order for you to be attractive to me, you have to get me roses and you have to do this and you have to do that. And it's like, no, you just chase the dudes who are tall and attractive and who have money. You see what I'm saying? But oh, don't worry, guys. She's attracted to the effort. Don't worry. When she's like 32 and she has 3 children to 2 different dudes, then once you put in the effort, she's going to be so attracted to it. Oh, wow. Lucky me. You know, lucky men.
This effort is attractive. And when a man doesn't put in effort, it's like, oh, you're kind of unattractive. And then those same men will be like, oh, my wife doesn't like me. Can you blame her? Good men make their wife feel cherished. I'm sorry. There really isn't much excuse for not complimenting your wife.
Just by the way, I guarantee you, or at least it doesn't seem like it, that this woman is married. I think she's just talking about her own situation. And again, she's just frustrated because men aren't giving these things to her. You know, but she's got such fantastic marriage advice, guys. I wonder where her ring is. I would be more inclined to believe that this woman was divorced than currently married, to be honest with you. Also, I'm just now realizing as well, what in the hell are we wearing, by the way? Is this like a Halloween costume or something? What on earth is going on here, man?
Getting her a card and some flowers or something cute that she loves. I promise you, as someone who has worked as a lawyer and watched divorces, divorce is a lot harder than complimenting your wife and getting her something on Mother's Day, on her birthday, on Valentine's Day. Lawyer.
Oh, it all makes sense. You're a lawyer. Okay. Okay, well, we found strong, independent lawyer woman is out here giving dating advice to men, giving marriage advice. And of course, what is the advice that all of these women give? Gentlemen, go out there and compliment women. If you don't put in effort with women, then you're just not going to be attractive. You understand that some of the most attractive men on the face of the planet to women have to put in absolutely no effort. Just by the way, you know, like these dudes who are attractive on dating applications, you think that they're going out here and they're putting in a lot of effort? No, the women are reaching out to them. The women are looking to hang out with the men. They're looking to make things happen. Okay, but yes, men have to give out validation and attention for free. I think that men don't value their attention and their validation nearly enough, man. They just hand it out to random women simply because they exist. You know, they compliment like Stacy at the office or something, And like all it does is Stacy has no interest in him whatsoever, just completely increases her ego. She thinks that she's deserving of the world, and it doesn't make her any more interested, man. It really doesn't. And also, by the way, the women who are quote unquote more interested by men who put in more effort, they're essentially just looking for a payday. Typically, this is like women who are over the age of 30 and have a kid or two or something like this, and now they're attracted to effort because they're looking to have kids before their biological clock is finished, or have their kids be taken care of by a dude. All throughout their 20s, guys, these women will absolutely chase men who put in no effort.
Than complimenting your wife and getting her something on Mother's Day, on her birthday, on Valentine's Day. Lawyers actually make a lot of money off of men who aren't romantic.
Yeah, guys, I love just dudes losing their entire livelihood because they didn't get her something, right? They didn't get her a gift. Yeah, screw that whole thick and thin to till death do us part thing. You know, he's not romantic enough. Got to throw the whole man out and threaten him with divorce. Yeah, I wonder why dudes don't want to marry you. Oh, the man got too comfortable. Like, what the hell is this, man? Is the dude not supposed to be comfortable? What's the point of having a relationship with you, having a marriage with you, if you quite literally just induce extra stress to the guy, and if he doesn't capitulate to your random ass demands on any given Wednesday, he doesn't get you a gift because of some event because he forgot, then he's being threatened with divorce, apparently. Yeah, no wonder, man. No wonder these women are single. Holy hell. Let's continue on to the next clip here. I believe this is some more dating advice from this woman right here. We'll see if it's completely stupid or if it makes any sense. Let's jump in. And again, guys, please make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments. I have been reading through the comments lately, and I'm interested to see what you guys have to say in response to these clips. Let's continue.
Is he masculine or is he just tall? Is he masculine or has he just got a beard that's full? Are you in love with him, or is he rejecting you and triggering that part in you where you've got to prove yourself to him because you were rejected in your childhood? Are you really into him? Is he the one for you? Or do you actually not know him at all and you've just set your sights on him and you can't believe that he doesn't want you back and it's hurt your ego because it's never happened to you before?
Wow, this is a complete contrast to the previous clip, isn't it, guys? I'm getting some mixed messages here. So let me get this straight. According to this woman, men have to put in all this effort, right? Which again, you know, you've got a wife or something like that. Remembering Valentine's Day, I'm not against this. I just want to make that clear. Okay, you've been married to your wife for 10 years or something like this. I have nothing against getting her something for Valentine's Day. For the dudes who have successful marriages and things like this, I hope that they don't get divorced and lose absolutely everything, and I'm happy for them. But the moment these women come out here and threaten to divorce you if you forget to get them flowers or something is absolutely insane to me. So we've got this woman here who says, listen, men need to put in more effort. You know, men need to step up the compliments. They need to step up the validation and so on, or else they will be threatened with divorce. And then we have this woman over here who's actually saying the complete opposite, which is hey, you know, are you just attracted to him because he's ignoring you and he's tall? I don't know, guys. We're getting some mixed messages here from the women today. This is, again, I think it's just so much more important to just watch what people do rather than what they say. Particularly women. Women are very egregiously bad at doing incredibly separate things in reality, but hey, let's keep going.
To him because you were rejected in your childhood. Are you really into him? Is he the one for you? Or do you actually not know him at all and you've just set your sights on him and you can't believe that he doesn't want you back and it's hurt your ego because it's never happened to you before? Is he really cool and smart and interesting? Or is it that he just doesn't respond to you and doesn't say much and sits there looking moody and actually he's a bit stupid and hasn't got much going on, but you read that to see him as Mr. Darcy and he's all broody and moody and has got this inner internal world? What has he actually done to make you like him?
Wow, that's interesting. Again, quite a contrast from the previous clip, guys, because, you know, if I was listening to the previous woman, I thought that we just had to validate women and jump through a bunch of hoops and things like this, or else we'd be getting the divorce hammer. But this woman's over here, you know, talking to women and saying, hey, listen, do you actually like this man, or are you just interested in him because he's not interested in you? Quite strange how that works, guys, isn't it? Right? Again, the things that women tell men to do are oftentimes just completely at odds with reality and the type of men that they're chasing at the end of the day. I think it's a complete scam, especially for dudes to go out here and put in all of this effort for women who are just, quite frankly, not worth putting in the effort for.
And sits there looking moody, and actually he's a bit stupid and hasn't got much going on, but you read that to see him as Mr. Darcy, and he's all broody and moody and has got this inner internal world. What has he actually done to make you like him? Do you like yourself? You like yourself because you've imagined him a whole personality. Because he's tall, he's brave. Because he's got a beard, he's masculine.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we've been talking about on the channel for quite some time, guys, is like behaviors and appearances, behaviors and personality and things like this. Women will always project positive things onto men that they find attractive. You know, the dude is attractive to her, then all of a sudden he's not shy and awkward, he's dark and mysterious. You know, that creepy comment that he made just straight up off the bat as soon as he met you, well, it's no longer creepy. He's confident and he's direct and he's assertive. You see what I'm saying? And so what ends up happening is these women, they get all of these things confused and they tell men what to do all of the time. But really, what they respond to is simply men who are attractive. I'm sure hyper-attractive dudes could go out here and validate women all day and it would work. You know, they'd call this love bombing later on, right? When the dude doesn't want a relationship with them. Now, he's probably in truth succeeding in spite of doing this, but still he could make it work. You know, the dude who doesn't compliment her, then she wants him because he doesn't want her, and she'll still chase him anyway if he's attractive enough. Again, what will end up happening is women will rationalize and make their own stories if they find the dude attractive enough. It really doesn't matter. That's why you just watch what they do rather than what they say. And all of this is to say, by the way, that a lot of guys don't even care anyway. They're not interested in dating you.
Because he doesn't reply, he's busy. He is Elon Musk up in this bitch. He is busy. He is building a space shuttle, yes? Yes? Why don't we step back and assess who we actually like and what we like them for? Not stuff we've imagined in the head, but real stuff. Real stuff. Let's actually assess people, look at people. Because we women love an imaginary romance, you know? We love an imaginary romance.
Yeah, so by the way, this whole thing is a complete scam. You know, oh, I make a great personality out of him, and yeah, you do. It's simply because he's attractive. And so what happens is, women who start to make videos like this, by the way, and think like this, what has essentially happened is their biological clock is running out. You know, have you guys ever noticed how it's like women over 30 who start to care about things like integrity most times? You know, when they reach 30 and they're looking to have kids and settle down because they get too many awkward questions at the family functions, now they will sit there and start to look at integrity. You know, now she has to pay her own bills. Life is looking a bit difficult. She has kids to look after, or she needs to have kids, or she needs to get married. Now all of a sudden they're looking at the actual qualities of the man outside of just what they find attractive. And then they expect these dudes who have worked hard their entire life, who have made something of themselves, who are kind and caring and so on, to commit to her. You know, like let me get this straight, guys. A dude will work from his 20s to his 30s, finally become stable. He'll be a great man, you know, love her, care for her, and all of these things. And that's what he brings to the table. What does she bring? She's been with a whole bunch of dudes. She probably has a bunch of debt from, you know, from university or whatever. And she's like 30 plus years of age. And so she has spent her whole youth chasing dudes who don't want her. And now the men who have worked hard are supposed to wife that up. It's completely stupid to me, man. It's a complete and utter scam that men are sold on doing. And these women will actively try and shame men into doing these things, by the way. You know, you don't get into a relationship with me. What's wrong with you? You're not a real man. All right, let's continue on to the last clip of today.
If he's kind, works hard, and doesn't cheat, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. That is just the absolute bare minimum of being in a relationship with someone.
Anytime I hear a woman say bare minimum, guys, I just, you know, you already know it's time to exit off the video.
This is not exceptional. This is not extraordinary. It's also no longer enough. Just because these would qualify you as a good man does not in fact mean you are a good husband or a good partner. Because again, these are the bare necessities.
First in January.
I love how these women, by the way, they say like, oh yeah, the bare necessities is don't cheat and don't be a bad boy and all of this kind of stuff, and they say it no longer works. That's the words that she used, I'm pretty sure, during this. She said, it no longer works. You mean to tell me that it's been working before? And you see, this is the problem, guys, is women will accept all of this kind of behavior from men that they're attracted to, but now they need a man to provide for them, and he has to do everything by the book. Now, I'm not saying cheating is good, but you see my point here, right? They accept all of this treatment from dudes if the man is attractive to them, but when the man has to provide for her, oh, no, he has to not put a toe out of line or else she'll divorce his ass. Disgusting.
Husband or a
Is what makes this woman so exceptional. The average woman in America is 175 pounds and is 5'4".
Goodness gracious me. Are those actually the statistics over in America, guys? That is pretty wild.
She doesn't want to cook. She doesn't want to clean. She doesn't want to take care of her family. She traded the family for a 9-to-5 job for a company that doesn't give a shit about her. So what makes these women exceptional? What, a degree on the wall that a man doesn't care about? But I digress. Why is it that all of these women that have these laundry list of expectations have little to nothing to offer in return? Like, make it make sense.
So the reason is, these lists and things come about because these women are in a position of desperation. As much as they say otherwise, you know, I don't need no man, I'm so happy being by myself and stuff like this. I mean, you know, you check the clock and she's 29. Now she starts to care about things like integrity, and she starts to mention how men need to meet specific behavior criteria. The reason why they have these laundry list of expectations is because now they're looking for a provider. They're looking for a dude who's going to look after them, not necessarily a man that they're attracted to, which again is why they consider it settling, by the way. So even if a dude does come along and do this whole list of things that she needs, what's going to happen is oftentimes these women cheat on these dudes, they leave these men, and so on, because they were never as attractive as the previous guys that she hooked up with while she was, 24 or whatever, or 23.
Expectations have little to nothing to offer in return. Like, make it make sense. Women nowadays have such high standards and expectations for their partners and such low standards and expectations for themselves. Make it make sense. And what is the real expectation if everything a man does is considered the bare minimum? Because what are these women doing that's not the bare minimum?
Fantastic question. Guys, like, again, you ask these women what they bring to the table or what they do in a relationship, and none of them, number one, usually they just get offended and triggered by the question. But if they don't and they actually answer the question, they typically answer with things that dudes do not give a flying damn about. They'll be like, yeah, I'm well established, I'm stable, I pay my own bills. And like, dudes are just sitting there and they're like, okay, you're an adult. Okay, great. She's got a job. Like, this is not striking a single chord with the average man. No dude sits there to himself and he's like, wow, she's financially stable. Like, men understand. First of all, they just don't care. Second of all, they understand that this financial stability they're not attracted to it, first of all. Second of all, none of it extends to the man. Like, women don't look after men financially, at least on a long-term basis. It doesn't happen. It'll eventually implode the relationship, even if they even have one in the first place. When women are looking to have relationships, particularly long-term ones, they are looking to be provided for. That's why oftentimes you don't typically see stay-at-home fathers and things like this, because the women are the ones who want to be provided for. Crazy.
Women have so many expectations that it doesn't even make sense anymore. And not only that, the goalposts will constantly change. They could meet a perfect man and he can have all of the requirements that she lists, and then the list is just going to get longer and longer.
Yeah, like, again, you do these sorts of things, you capitulate to whatever it is that she says that she requires, and these women who make all of these demands of you, they're always going to have more demands. And the reason why is because they're not attracted to you. They don't respect you. They're not actually interested in you. And so what happens is she might say, hey, I've got X problem. You need to fix it. You go out there, you fix it, and then she'll just get even worse. She'll be even more awful to be around. Like, this is, there is no fixing it. There is no better with these women because they think that they are settling with you. They're not actually interested in the man. They don't give a damn about the guy. The guy is a means to an end. He is a retirement plan. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments on the way out. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.